£1,000 reward was one of the first films to be threatened with banning following the creation of the BBFC. This is the British Board of Film Censors, and it began operating on the 1st of January 1913, and £1,000 reward was to be released at the end of December, early January 1914. What was so offensive about this film, £1,000 reward, was that it showed a prisoner bribing a prison guard in Portland Prison to escape through the nearby stone quarries. Now the problem was that Portland Prison and the Isle of Portland and the stone quarries nearby are all real locations, and it was feared by the authorities that this could produce a copycat, this could give criminals ideas. Thus the prison commissioner wrote to the Home Office, who wrote to the BBFC, to ask that they intercede. Now, interestingly, the BBFC was not a government organisation censoring films. It was a self-regulatory body by the film trade in Britain, very much because the national government did not want to get involved in censorship, but local councils were very much interested in what their cinemas were showing. This meant that local councils could make quite arbitrary decisions. So, well, as a way for the film trade to give itself some legitimacy, they decided to create this censorship body which would give certificates to films, and therefore exhibitors would show only certificated films and thus have a degree of defence against arbitrary council decisions by pointing to the fact that a national body had said this film was acceptable. The BBFC told the filmmakers that they had to cut any reference to real locations and to the bribing of a prison guard. Now, of course, the filmmakers were quite annoyed. They felt that this would make it unintelligible how the prisoner escaped, but nonetheless, they had little choice. If they wanted a certificate for their film, they needed to make these cuts. It's noted in some places online that this film was banned, and it seems to imply that it was banned outright. But this doesn't seem to be the case. I found an article from the end of January 1914, which clearly reports on its first screening and the fact that the cuts had been made to the film at the request of the Home Office. But once again, it was the BBFC that ensured that the film was not banned, merely cut, and everyone was disappointed, which is how you get to a compromise. Everyone has to be disappointed in a compromise.